Good morning. This will be the first of the, I hope, many breakfast series where I will be enjoying my own breakfast, doing what I'm doing, and hoping that you're doing the same thing, because I don't want to eat by myself, and if you're eating, then you won't feel disrespected. So I'm just gonna dig right in and see what happens. I made a really good omelette, that's for sure. I love omelette. I had an interesting discussion yesterday with a friend of mine, and we touched upon many key subjects and topics: life and existence and nature. And of course, when people have different, often opposite, so to say, beliefs, it will be difficult to have a conversation in a way that we can truly understand each other and one another. Now, what was interesting is listening to someone who has been through so much in her life and telling it in such a way that implies that she knows what her life is about. And I believe that is a fantastic and fascinating thing, to know what's going to happen in your life, to have that knowing, as that person liked to say, knowing about life and knowing about what is and what is going to be. But when that was spoken, when that was said, I felt strange. It feels strange knowing what comes next. It feels strange having the knowing of what is going to happen, because a personal observation of that is that if I know what is going to happen, then my very awareness of it will shape the future and will shape the outcome of that event. Which means that, in a sense, that which I know will happen is incomplete by default. I can say to myself, for example, I know I'm going to meet someone tomorrow. And with that awareness in my mind, of course I'm going to meet someone tomorrow, and I will give so much importance and meaning to that person that I'm going to meet. And what I recognize in that is the danger of conditioning. Conditioning of the mind to attach an incredible amount of meaning to a seemingly meaningless situation. Because we enjoy these thought games all the time. We love thinking about our life. We paint our ideal future based on nothing but the stimuli around us, visual and audio impacts, and our past combined with that. And then we form the image of the future we would like to have based on the calculation and analysis of our past and present. If we had, for example, a painful past, we would like to have a painless future. And the irony in that is that our actions will be shaped accordingly to that past and present, but will then kind of get us away from the point of living, because we will constantly be in that process of, well, creating that future. And there is nothing inherently wrong with that. But it is important to observe it from all sides, and all sides would be, well, if I want to be really present and content in my life, and I love when people say I want to be happy, because that instantly implies that they're not happy the way they are. And then no matter what they do, they will still be unhappy, but what they do will make them happy, therefore they will program their brains to believe that what they do is the source of happiness, which is something external. So if I'm sitting here and I am having a piece of chocolate, then I say this makes me happy. And that can be right in one sense, and in another sense it can simply be a biochemical and hormonal reaction to what my body is doing. So what we do to ourselves often is that we think about future so much, and time is running out for us very, very fast and at an alarming pace. And we still get confused about where we are and who we are and what we are like, because we never give ourselves the time to actually get to know ourselves and to act from that perspective, from that perception, to simply, okay, I know myself, which is, again, the moment I say to myself, I know myself, that self is gone, dead, because the next moment arrives, the next millisecond comes, it's a completely different experience of the self. So, can one actually get to know oneself? And if one can get to know oneself, is there anything one can do inherently? Because all that we do in life stems from an understanding of the self in the present moment, which again is the present moment. So if I feel right now, oh, I could lose some weight, I'll go to the gym and I'll work out, but then that might change within 5 minutes, that might change within 10 minutes. I might already have a different image about myself. So it is paradoxical in many ways to actually do something, which is something most people, I think, will not agree with. Because we do anyway. I understand if this is very confusing, believe me. But it's an interesting thing that my friend said, which was, I have the knowing of what is to come. And to me that is a fascinating idea, because I'm not nihilistic or pessimistic in many senses or in any sense, but the only thing I know for sure is that I'm going to die. As an entity, as a human being, as a living organism, that my existence will come to an end. And that is the only thing that is constant and change. I know that with each passing moment, I, therefore the world, therefore everything, changes and will change. So there's nothing you can do. Because we perceive doing, especially in the West and in the capitalist world, we perceive doing as a declaration and manifesto of progress. We build buildings, infrastructures, technology advances at an alarming pace, outstanding pace. Is that growth? In a sense, absolutely. In another sense, this planet just keeps spinning in a endlessly growing universe. Who cares? Just to be, to experience the totality and fullness of existence. Is to simply not think, which is so difficult for the modern mind. To just not think and learn how to be. To get to know oneself, through pure observation, through pure observation of how the world responds to you. Because the world is nothing but a mirror. And that's so beautifully said by many. To observe how the world responds to us. And if possible, attach no meaning to it. Value. To not be offended if someone doesn't like us. By the way, that's perfectly normal. Someone doesn't like you, that doesn't feel nice. But yet again, why does it not feel nice? I'm almost done here. I hope you are too. It's been a really nice omelette. I haven't tasted my tea yet. But what are your opinions? What is life to you? What is this experience to you? Have you ever questioned this in a deeper sense? By the way, I do this with my tea bags. Very strange. I kind of open up my pores. What do you do when you don't know what to do? What is your life about? How do you define something that's non-definable, that is immeasurable, that there is no currency to life. There is no one way to live life. As my friend said, I know what is going to happen. Yes, in a sense, absolutely. There is a certain level of knowing. But that again is an image that we attach to that knowing. So that image will change with each and every passing moment, as we do. And therefore, do we actually know? Because the moment we say I know, that implies such a knowledge and observation that transcends the comprehension and empirical evidence perceived by the senses. Which is why I responded the way I did when my friend said that. And it was quite an interesting conversation. And I think people should have more of these, because understanding, wanting to understand self, reality, the world, that is such a noble task. And so many of us who are so focused on external success, fame, are losing the point of it. We're running too fast, because in a sense there's nowhere to get, because the moment from which that is observed is here and now, and here and now is all that matters. I'll continue on my own. Thank you for joining me for the breakfast. Let's do this again. Let me know your thoughts and comments. And if you liked this video, share it, subscribe it, like it. I don't know if I said that. And let's do this again. Thank you for joining me. Bye.